All right, guys. So it's been a long time coming. We're back here. Thanks to Nathan, showed up to do some filming for us. And so, with a little bit of just a brief welcome back, let's do a breakdown on the mark of the beast. And so, in 2020, we had a campaign election between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. And Joe Biden's campaign sign then was text your vote to 30330. So 2020 divided by 30330, quickly come to my calculator, and we go 2020 divided by 30330, we get our first Coinca duck. So we're going to line them all up and we're going to see how many we can find. And this is the number 1666. Introduction to the Mark of the Beast system, question mark. This is all theoretical. So that's all we can do is question and ask. This is the first. So in 2020, we got Joe Biden to text your vote 30330, divide it, get 666. Joe Biden came into office in 2021 as our very first, basically, sick president. He came in as the sickest president we had. He can't even ride a bike without falling down. He can't finish his sentences. We all know this. And this is, I think, by design, because he is basically the puppet for the sickness. So in 2021, we get what we're all familiar with by now, COVID. So now, let's move forward into the coronavirus. COVID. And this here, so just to show you simply where this comes from, C, third letter of the alphabet. So 3, O, it's the 15th letter of the alphabet. And R, 18, it's all simple. N, 14, A is 1. And we're just gonna go right back to the calculator. Clear it out, and we're gonna add them up. 3 plus 15 plus 18 plus 15 plus 14 plus 1, 66. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's our second Clinky duck. There's our first. So now that we know that the corona is the value 6, we can apply this to if we should or shouldn't receive the mark of the beast. It's all a theory, it's all a question, and that's what we're here to do. Vaccination. And with the same principalities, what we've done up here, we're going to do below here. V, 22. Okay, and there they all are. And now we're going to combine the vaccination with the corona, which is at the value 6. We're going to come to show you this value 6 many times. And so 6 times 22. And just like we added this one up over here, to arrive at this, we're going to see what this addition is. There's a Coinky duck. Number 3. And is this all by design? Is this all actually a coincidence? So then we move from there to the question that we must ask. This is wisdom. And here it is. Here is wisdom. Let him that has wisdom count the number of the beast. For it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 scores and 6. A score is a 20. 20 is 60 and 6. 666 is the mark of this beast. So we have to ask ourselves, what is a mark? And first of all, why does this matter? We don't have to subscribe to the Bible, but we all have a feeling within us about the number 666. I can remember the very first time that the receipt came back at the store for me as the 666 and change. And I thought, wait a minute, hold up, let me get a Bazooka Joe. And I threw a nickel on the order just to escape that entrapment. And I did that as a child. So we all have a feeling about the 666. At Revelations 13:18, 18 is 6 times 3, 666. And so by no coincidence, 603 score and 6 and 13:18 is the mark of the beast. So we have to ask, what, by definition, is a mark? And when we move forward into the Greek lexicon, charagma is a scratch or an etching. It's a stamp or a badge of servitude, service. A sculpted figure, a grave mark. So the mark of the beast is going to be a scratching or an etching, and this will be a graven mark. Moving back to Biden, we had a sick president for a year. We had the sickness. And after that sickness for 1 year, Joe Biden gave us the stimulus check. Stimulus check. I'll show you this in a moment. And that stimulus check was in the amount of $1,200 plus $600. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. $100. $1,800. That is 666 again. Call it the 4th wink a duck in your face. Let's line them up. So we had a sick president for a year.
Explain why that 1800 is 666.
Because it's 6 times 3. 3 series of 6 checks. First was $1,200, which is a $600 check and a $600 check. And then we received a third $600 check. And 6 times 3 is 18.
Right.
And so after we got the $1,800 in stimulus check, we're going to come back to this. We then were posed with the question, should we or should we not take the vaccination? And so if you had a question about if I should or should not receive this mark from Pfizer, believe it or not, you could call it in. Your question at moving from $1,800 right into your 1-800 service call, 666-7248.
Thank you for calling Pfizer's U.S. customer service. Please listen carefully as our menu options have changed.
You reach Pfizer directly at 1-800-666-7248. Go ahead, folks. Call in your questions. Dial in now. And this will be your 5th. Line them up. Coinka duck. All lined up in a row. Feathers and shit. I'm telling you. Moving forwards. So, and now when you call it in and you start to ask questions, you're going to find out that one of the ingredients within this mark of the beast is named luciferase. The patent number attached to luciferase because luciferase is bioactivity data. What luciferase is it's a bioenzyme which creates a false light in your temple. Your ninth chakra or your crown chakra, your 7th chakra is your pineal gland, which is light receiving and light sending. It sends light into the body. This is the candle. This is the mind's eye. And if you bring a false stage light into the theater, which projects light brighter than the mind's eye, do you even see that the candle's lit? No, you don't. You see the bulbs in the back. And that's the Luciferus. And when you're staring at Luciferus, what you're also noticing in your face, because it's what their agenda has to be to show you, UCLIFE, life being erased. You see life erased. When you are now looking at Luciferus, you also see the race of Lucifer. And you have to ask yourself, what is Lucifer but the fallen angel, the bright one that fell from grace? We're going to get back to this, and we're going to get back to this. Because what happens when you put the light in the theater that shines brighter than the candle? You no longer see the candle. The stage presence and the bulbs become brighter so that you no longer see the candle. And what the point of this is then the mind's eye stops functioning. It stops receiving light, it stops sending light to the body. And so the stimulus check that we once all received in the amount of 18 is soul you miss. And the T is a symbol. Death plus resurrection. Meaning, when you die, will you resurrect? And this is the question. I'll show it to you again. Soul you miss. Check, because your pineal's now been checked off their box. That's the dog at the gate, which barks at the temple when Satan, Lucifer, tries to come in you. This divot in my skull and this divot in my skull, they're also called my temples, because the light within is me shining from within my temple. But will my light continue to shine if I accept Luciferus? There's so much more to talk on that, but that's a whole nother video. The patent number, including bioactivity data, is owned by Bill Gates. And its patent number is World Order, WO. For World Order began at the beginning of the election for our sickness. Our sick president, the puppet which was going to bring on forth in 2020, the 06, owned by Microsoft and Bill Gates. This is very important to understand because what this then creates, you have to know about the helix. So let's do it. Here's going to be our DNA chain. 4 for Yahweh, that's another chapter. This is going to be split in half. One side is going to be father. One side is going to be mother. And each parent gives to the child 72,000 genes, totaling 144 for a natural, organic male or female. 144. The double helix is the union of 72,000 genomes from father and 72,000 genomes from mother joined together to make 144. And if you go back and continue look, there's all to do on this. This organic number of 144. And the reason we mention it is because if and when you decide, let's say you dialed the 1-800-666-7248 to talk to Pfizer Direct, and Pfizer go ahead and spoke you into the Luciferus times 60 times 6, 600 times 60 times 6, 216,000. The new number when you have 3 parents. So who's the third parent? We know now it's Bill Gates. With the patent number, World Order 2020, 060606. So we go back to the greatest book ever written, whether you believe in it or you don't. It's been written so we have it to guide us, to try to understand. What does the number 144,000 mean? There's 12 tribes of Israel, 12 apostles, and 12 times 12 is 144,000. And these tribes of people who had the seal of God on their foreheads, meaning they had a sealed pineal gland that shone bright as God's children, as true lambs. And so this 144,000 is analogy of the battery died. So we're going to come in with a quick recap and just go right from where we left off. First Cuenca duck that we found with the 666 attachment was 2020 divided by the campaign sign of 3330330. And by the way, 30330, 33 is 6. And 3, I forgot to show you. So, I mean, that's, oh, whatever. That's actually the second one right here. And now we're out of order. We can do it like that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, something like that. Okay, and now so then and the campaign sign divided through the date, the year that it came to us is our first 666. And then from there, at the second one, we got the stimulus check. $1,200 plus 600 was 600, and 600, and 600 is 666 again. And that was our second one, or our third one at this point. And then the fourth one was the Corona, 6 letters, 66 value, end of the vaccination, only strengthened it. That was our fourth Cuenca duck. And now we have questions. Should we take this Corona vaccination? And so we go into the fifth Cuenca duck. Okay, 1-800-666-7248 to call Pfizer directly to get this information. And now we're discussing the helix, and the helix is 72 plus 72 plus 72, the third parent, adding 72,000 genomes to your helix, being Bill Gates with the patent number, World Order 2020-06-06-06, that's the seventh one. And when you can do 600 times 60 times 6, you get 216,000. I mean, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the eighth one, we get into some sponsorships. Let's just get into some sponsorships real quick. Did you guys all know that NASCAR sponsored, Pfizer sponsored NASCAR? And would you know, 6 is the number that they've given it. Why? Because Corona. The Corona is actually your 7th chakra. The crown is your Corona. Corona and crown, same derivative. So crown is Corona. And this is your 7th chakra. Is also known as the crown chakra, is the final of 7 chakras. It's the 7th is the crown, and the counterfeit, the culprit to this, is they're attaching to your 7, your crown, the 6, which is this one here. The Corona is 6. And so, to further that, did you know that they sponsored the soccer team, the 76ers, the 7 with the crown above it, and the 6 next to it, blue Pfizer? Did you know? Now you do. So that's another one. So 8 is NASCAR. Let's go NASCAR. And what number did they put it? 6 on the roof, 6 on the door, 6 on the door. And then we're going to come down with our 9th duck. Quink, quink. And we're going to call that the 76ers. 76ers. 7 is the crown chakra. And the 76ers is the 6. They're giving you the strength, showing it in your face, the 6. It's like, how many do we need? Take a little break from all of this, and let's watch this fascinating commercial given to us by Martha Stewart. We're going to start at the beginning. Pause. You saw that shoot at you? What was shooting at you? Pause. That's the spark shooting out of the crown, the copper crown. Shooting out of your crown, out of your pineal gland, shooting out is your soul's spirit. Boom, shoots out. She sharpens her samurai. Samurai is the weapon of the assassin. That's COVID-19. The unwelcome guest that she wants to leave already is your soul's eye, your mind's eye, your pineal gland, the candle in your crown. The unwelcome guest. And we'll let it run. Spirit leaves. The crown. The halo.
You know that unwelcome guest everyone wishes would just leave already? That's COVID-19. That's why I got the new updated booster, designed to help protect against recent Omicron variants.
She removes the crown from the pineapple, from the pine. She's removing the crown from the pine. Trashes it.
Got it?
Blue. Get it? Are you getting it? And so now we'll just end this with 10 Coinca ducks, all lined up, pretty and clean, so that you can see them. No questions, no confusions. And the 10th one, we're going to go ahead and give it to Martha. Why not? Because she's showing you the removal of your 7, brought into you by the 6. And that whole video, I mean, it's not really a 666, but whatever, we're going to go ahead and give it to you. And this is half the wisdom. Do you? If you didn't, do you think you have a little bit more wisdom now to know? Shall I receive this charagma? This mark, this etching? Shall I receive it? Do I want 72,000 genomes attached to my natural 144? To go back to the 144, who is the 144? This is again the lambs that will be on the list of life. Basically, this is the entrance key to heaven. Is do you or don't you still have your original? And we didn't even get into the YHWH, aka Yahweh, within the ribosomes of your helix, the 4. Because when you add a new one to it, you're adding the new value of 666 in your helix. I mean, that's basically the exact same thing as my showing you the 72 plus 72 plus 72, bringing you to a 216, which is 600 times 60 times 6. How many do we need? If you guys all know of any more that I've yet to discover, any more 6 attachments, any more marks of this beast system that's trying to indoctrinate us into the Luciferus, into the race of Lucifer, leave it in the comments below, and let's see what else we can add to the list. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe, smash, do what you do.